Hello, everybody. My name is Molly, and I am your GM for this tonight, our episode of Tales of the Valiant into Avernus, episode 5 or 6, episode 6. We are here today. My name is Molly. I use she/her pronouns. I'm going to throw it over to my friend Harmony.
Hi, I'm Harmony. I use any pronouns. I'm playing Rogan Bronzepike, a wizard who uses he/him. I'll throw it over to Trev. Or
Hi, I'm Trev. I use they them pronouns. I'm dead, but we'll get to that later. I'm gonna throw it over to Max.
Hi there, I'm Max Valentine, she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Nori, the charismatic and beloved thief.
And tonight I will be Viara. If you need to talk to Viara, they use any and all pronouns, and they play Beldrin, and Beldrin uses he/him pronouns. So here we are. We are Viara, their IRL pet is not doing well, and they are at the vet hospital, so we're thinking about pets and the joy that they bring to our lives, and we really hope that everything goes swimmingly for their family. In a giant change of topic and energy, golden masks and bloodied black robes litter the floor of once was a relatively dignified cellar. The smell of stale ale from smashed barrels, dusty floors, and distant cooking has given way to the fetid aroma of the sewers that ripen against the smell of this rapidly oxidizing ale from the smashed kegs all around the room. The door to the sewers lies open. Torches light the forking paths ahead. Life given for her country, the party moves to stash the body of their fallen counterpart, Acra. As they do, smoke floods in as the torch out in the hallway extinguishes. The outline of a barrel-chested woman with tightly done-up hair and tense features forms before them. Channeling a brief flash of magic, the bodies of her cultists are whisked into ash. The clink of coin and these golden masks that the cultists were wearing against the stonework gives away their exit. As Rogan hovers over the body of Acra, attempting to seal her wounds, bargaining with the gods, her body too slips into obsidian ash before disappearing. The figure speaks, and she says, "More fuel for the fire, my queen." And the apparition stands up from a kneeling position. "You three, you will be next. What business have you in my home?" And from context clues, you're getting that this is the home this is Duke Vanthampur, the titular person. Though in apparition, you clearly can tell that this is not her in the flesh. This is a magical projection. Speak. What do you want from my home? All right. Do we need a refresh as players?
I think we need a refresh because
that's wicked. It's absolutely no
okay.
problem.
came here. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Harmony.
So the reason I was quiet is because I wasn't quite sure what to say. We actually came to Duke Vanthampur's home to find the predecessor that we think she has stashed here. We don't know for sure if he's here. We just decided to come in to try and find him. But our official cover story is that we're here to take back some spoiled alcohol. However, that quickly went to it didn't end well, given that we have a dead comrade and we have clearly engaged in combat with the cult.
Acra's just in the corner, spooky floating as a ghost, just
Yep.
chilling.
So We can tell her the truth that we're trying to find her predecessor, who was a member of our town that may be here, or we can tell her we're here potentially to grab spoiled alcohol, or we could come up with something completely different.
So real quick,
Mhm.
you're very close. The only thing that you're off on is that it is Thavius Krieg is the ruler of Elturel, which is your city that was sucked into that disappeared.
Mhm.
And then Rhea believed that he had been kidnapped
Yes.
by Duke Vanthan.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. I just wanted to clear up that plot point. And so you have this smoky apparition of de- this devilish person in front of you who just snapped the bodies of all her beings. And y'all don't know this, but for Akra, the next thing Akra experiences is being raked along the bottom of the river Styx by the current of magic flowing in from the plains of chaos. And the spirit of Akra starts to feel um, a mass of flesh starting to congeal around her soul as she emerges from the river Styx as a lemur, a greasy, thick devil creature bound to serve. But anyways,
Ew.
back to the world here. So, um, she turns to you and says, "What do you want here?"
Rogan hesitantly says, "We want to take the spoiled alcohol back."
You have set my whole complex on the line. You should not make such japes with me.
Well, that's technically why we're here.
Yes, in fact, the alcohol was so spoiled and so fermented that the fumes were just contaminating this whole area, driving everyone crazy.
Yeah, we might
That's
have
why we've got to
broken
get it out of here. The whole
a
party's
couple.
ruined.
Yeah, we broke a couple contaminated barrels. It might have
Gas
impacted
leaks.
things.
I'm not one for jokes, and this will be your last laugh. And the apparition disappears, and as the apparition is kind of fading out, you hear her turn to say, "Kill them." And the kind of smoke dissipates.
Well, I'd say we better get moving.
I agree. I'm not
Oh,
too well off on health.
I'm sorry. Here, I made an error. She would say, "You are not the only ones who have tried to take what I have here. I can tell that you are Hell Riders. The soul of your friend here basically flew to Avernus without any prompting, and so too will yours when you die. You will not be the only one who has tried to kill me. Go, find the ones who have tried before. See what they tell you." And then it fades out. So sorry. And then Baldrin is sort of standing there, bearish, fuming, just kind of bear rage in his face. What would you like to do?
I don't think murder ever came into discussion. I mean, yeah, we murdered a lot of people on our way in, but we weren't planning to murder her. I don't think.
That was not on our list. We were information gathering.
Information gathering with violence.
Yeah, well, you know.
I mean, we did come into her house and just start, taking care of business. So
Is
act of
Baldur's Gate a
aggression,
stand your ground?
All right, let's not get into that. Let's not. Nope.
Yeah, it's a stand your ground area. Yep, it's a stand your ground province.
I'm sorry, I don't know what that means.
Another time, another place.
Okay.
So Beldrin will say, I don't know how many more people could be down here. I felt like damn near the whole sewers got cleared out, spare a few rats.
We've made it this far. We can't let our friend's sacrifice go in vain. We must press onwards and try and secure some information about our target. I refuse to leave here with a friend gone for no purpose other than angering a powerful enemy.
This stands to reason. Let me take a look here.
Did we loot Akra's pockets before we moved on?
I don't know if you have.
Well,
You never know what somebody's hiding.
If you would
from
like,
you.
I'll tell you what I have on me, or what Akra had on them. Let me see. Oh, there we go.
And so you'll see kind of scattered all over the floor, all the cultists who came in to attack you had these kind of thin golden masks on and these thick kind of black robes. And there's probably out of probably the 7 or 8 cultists who ended up fighting, you could probably cobble together 4 or 5 complete outfits if you needed to.
That might not be a terrible idea.
Yeah, I was thinking we play dress up and pretend to be wounded. They went that away.
It couldn't hurt. At this point, it could not hurt.
Would not hurt us.
I
Yeah.
personally doing very poor on both spells and health, so I don't think I could handle another intense combat.
Neither can I. Beldrin growls.
Right, I guess we're dressing up.
Okay, so everybody kind of dons
Outfit montage.
dons. There's like you're checking your reflection in the reflection of the wine bottles, and you have one open and you like pass it around and and you're doing like makeup. Okay. And then so you're all gussied up. You have your golden masks on. You look out into the area in front of like where the people had ran out and ran down the hall. So you look out through this door, and you see that there's a path that leads about 30 feet up, and then there's the sewer runs through the middle, the actual cess, and then there's about 5-foot pathways on either side of the sewer. That seem traversable. Either 5 foot on either side of the cess.
Pick a side.
So you see
Let's go left. Always go left.
A route going north? Okay. You see so we're gonna do a quick cut here. The name of your character, Trev?
The name of my character is Rook.
Rook. All right, so Rook, you see you hear some pounding footsteps running down the hall, and you hear some shouting in common, and this cultist comes in and yells to the bearded devil that has been protecting your cell for the last while, and will come in and will poke you with something made of hot fire from time to time, like Dylon, who only spits hot fire. And you'll see this creature, and it's one of its tentacle barbs, one of its beard barbs will kind of look at you for a second as it looks to the other cultists, and then it will like flick a barb at you and make a dexterity saving throw.
Woo! Okay, dexterity saving throw. That's gonna be a 14.
Okay, so as this is like coming right at you, and you shift out of the way, your hands are manacled in front of you, and
Mhm.
you shift out of the way. And so as this creature looks back into the cell, what do they see?
They see a tiny, not tiny, technically medium size per mechanics because I chose the bigger option of these kobold, but still about 4 feet high, 4 feet tall. This orange and brown scaled kobold, looking like a small dragonkin, essentially, with piercing pink eyes.
Pink eyes.
Pink eyes, yes. Um, and uh I'm assuming my stuff is not with me currently, right? It's in like a different cell, or do I have all of my stuff
You
in the
don't
cell
have
with
all
me?
your stuff on you.
Okay. Well then, yeah, you just see he is in plain leathers at the moment, just like a leather like jerkin and like shorts. Um, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, after you see your captor slip out and make their way out the door and left, where do you what do you do? You don't you What you see on the wall is you're in the northernmost cell of
Hmm.
of this kind of little complex you find yourself in, and you see on the wall in front of you some basic tools. There's some lengths of chain. What are you up to?
Uh, is there anything that looks like I could, if I was able to grab it, use to break out of this cell? Because at this point, my captors have like left the room, right?
Right.
So yeah.
Um, you see there is like a length of chain, and there's some sort of scrap metal on one side,
Mm.
and so like
Uh,
in its current form, no.
got it. Um, let me see. Uh, I think honestly, I think Rook just sits back and waits for a little bit,
Okay,
kind of waiting to see what happens because
it's gonna stay quiet.
something's going on here because all the captors have left at this point.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you wanted to do anything with your shard, but if you do not,
Not at the
you do
moment.
not.
No.
All right. Cool. So then we come back here. So you make your way, you turn and you start heading north. Never if you want to move yourself to where you want to be, whoever is leading, and Belgian will take up the rear.
Um, I, I guess I can lead. I think I still have some protection up from our last fight.
You had mage armor up.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
so you would definitely.
we are still fire immune.
Oh, cool. All right, so move yourself to where you would like to be.
This is the right direction, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So there's a pathway north and south. So you see down the hall to your right, you see this about 5 foot trench that is about knee deep with cess, from what you can tell. There is a pathway that arcs off to your right and a pathway that arcs off to your left. And as you look north, you see about 30 feet of hallway. There are torches burning on the walls, except for the one that was extinguished when the apparition visited you. Hanging about every 10 feet, illuminating this area quite well. Otherwise, these walls seem very well crafted out of stone. It's not fancy, but it looks nice enough. And about every you will see like a body drift by in the cess every once in a while. Usually, probably someone who didn't pay a debt. But that's what you'll get. Make a perception check for me.
I have advantage on perception. Doesn't do me much good.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, that's slightly better than mine. I mean, that's worse than mine. I have a flat 13.
So that's a 13?
Yep.
Cool. I am looping the heck out of us right now. One sec. So, we have a 13. So yeah, so you don't hear anything specific. Either way, this sort of you hear the dripping of water, you hear various different things, but oh, we have emoji mode locked. Sorry very much, streamers. Let me see if I can figure that one out. Technical issues. 1 second. All right. Settings maybe. Nope. Moderation. Oh, this is so great. I am very appreciative of y'all giving me a second here. Moderator tools and chat, pin message. If there's any AOTG people who can help me figure this out right now, I really would appreciate it. I'm trying to figure it out right now. Moderation, settings. Bits and cheerleading, ad managers, pre-roll. I don't know. I'll figure it out during break. Sorry, chat, that you're only able to do this. I heart you. There's a hearts in the chat. My bad. Figure that out during the break. Let me come back to it. No, they shouldn't be able to see the map. It's just a little white map. So viewers, you are seeing what we're intending. I'm trying to paint a visual picture here for you. All right, coming back to it. Yeah, you see a path north, you see a path south. With your perception check, you hear the rushing. You hear kind of an acceleration of the flow of the cess towards the south, as it seems to be heading out of the pathway that, as you're looking southward, is on your left. And that's what you see. What would you like to do?
As per Nori, left is good, so north?
Yeah, I'm not interested in getting in the cess, so let's definitely go around to the north.
Oh, in neither direction do you need to enter the cess.
Good. No bog of eternal stench here.
Great. So make your way up to where you would like to be. All right. So as you look down the hall, you see a long hallway, about the range that you see a door on your right, a big pathway where it doesn't seem any sewage is flowing in. On your right seems open. You see a little bit further down that. You see a door, 1, 2, 3, 4 doors on your right, and you see a door, a kind of opening in the hallway, and another door on your left. And what are your passive perceptions?
Sorry, pulling that up. My passive is 10.
Okay.
Same here.
Same. All right. Cool. So, you're moving along, and you see these doors. You see the flow of the cess running down the middle, pathway on either side. You're vibing. Where you headed? What are you interested in exploring? And as you look up this pathway, you see that this was once a sewer tunnel, but it is caved in towards the end.
I don't think we have a ton of time to investigate the cave-in. I suppose if we want to, we can cycle back to that, but I recommend one of the doors, maybe the north door there.
You want to head to the first?
Why not? Let's keep going north.
The first
Okay.
north door.
First north door.
All right, so you will swing over, and the door, it is a well-appointed. It's actually a pretty modest, kind of and spongy wooden door. And you swing it open, and inside you see. It looks like the movie Rocky. There's just hanging. There's hanging hooks with, bodies of corpses of butchered cows and pigs hanging on meat hooks here. This is like a dry storage for meat.
I think we can move on pretty quickly. This isn't what we need.
Wicked, wicked, wicked. So you slip back out into the hallway. Make another perception check.
Nat 20! Yay!
All right, cool. So you hear,
16.
coming up the hallway, there is a hallway coming about maybe 60 feet down the hall. You hear some footsteps kind of echoing up this hallway towards you. Maybe it sounds like 6 or 7 sets of footsteps. Let me move Beldrin with you.
Well,
What would you like to do?
We're about to have an encounter. We can try and get into that next room and maybe take shelter there, or we can try to confront them. I know I'm. However,
Yeah, I think we should.
Go ahead. No, Nori, you are a valuable member of this party. And Logan may seem smart, but he doesn't always make the wisest of decisions. And you are the expert at sneaking.
Yeah, I think we should try and scuttle out because we're all pretty beat up from that last fight. Might be good to have some bottlenecking.
Currently in disguise, so we can potentially have more of an advantage for persuasion. So we do you want to just try and run away? Do you want to hide in a room? Do you want to try and meet them head on?
Beldrin will say, "What is the chance that they are going to look in this room?"
Pretty low. I mean, it's a bunch of cows, and we could hide behind the cows.
But do we need to hide? We are wearing. How can they tell us, other than me being huge?
I was about to say you're give me your best acting skills, Beldrin. Can you pass yourself as a cultist?
Hello, I love the cult.
A+.
Thank you.
All right, well, it sounds like we don't need to hide. We have our very own cult leader here in Beldrin.
Oh yeah.
Just
Yes.
be nonchalant, hanging out with the meat.
Walk behind me as we travel to the promised land, the land of the promised meat.
So
I have guided us here.
That's why I joined the cult. Free meat.
Children of the meat, I shall call us.
So we'll chill in this room until they run by, and then we'll keep going.
Sure. If you want to, you want to just close the door. You want to make a stealth check to close the door quietly.
Sure.
Molly, while the team is doing that, from my position, do I hear anything at this point?
You're aware that there was someone else in the cell next to you, And so you'll hear the voice of a halfling man kind of say, "Hey, it, it's possible my employer sent someone here to spring me out. Can you get us out so we can meet them? Do you have anything that you can do?"
Ah, maybe. Give me 1 sec. And at that point, Rook will produce from his hand this like amorphous blob as he crafts his shard, and he shoves. Is there like a keyhole? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna attempt to shove it in to try to form fit, and then turning it into essentially. I think if I'm able to, let me see exactly the wording here. A piece of equipment or object. Yeah, can I try to turn it into a form-fitting key to the door?
Yeah, so what I'll say is I will ask you to do like an arcana check to
Sure.
try to get your magic kind of like, are you magically skilled enough to do that?
Right. Oh, come on, +6 arcana. Let's go. That's gonna be a 21.
Yeah, so you slide this, you produce this magic bit, you have your arm sticking out.
Hmm.
And then you kind of drive it into the store, and this putty kind of forms into the shape of the lock, and you give it a twist, and you smash the thing open. And you are now standing with this gate open. It made a bunch of noise. Or would it? Would you have just kind of pushed the gate open, or?
I feel like Rook would have done the like slow, trying to be quiet about it, not just like slam it open, but push it open slowly
Okay.
to try and alleviate noise. But I'm sure it's a creaky cell, so.
So yeah, so a good amount of noise happens, but it's nothing like crazy. You hear it kind of echo out into it, but it seems to be deadened by the sewage. You don't hear it like echo, echo, echo.
Mhm.
You don't hear that.
Gotcha.
So you pop out and you see that there are 2 other cells that seem to be occupied in there. One is the voice that you've heard before, someone that they've tortured and tried to get information out of. You were witness to that, and then you have an idea that they're a halfling. You think they might be from Candlekeep, which is
Okay.
a city to the south,
Right.
renowned for its libraries.
Rook will go over and try to do the same to the other cells that are occupied.
Okay, make another Arcana check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. Uh-oh. That is going to be a 10.
All right, and so you jam this bit of magic in, and it sort of seems to sputter, and you end up like breaking it off inside. But and the guy, the halfling, he wouldn't have his hat on, but he's kind of has short, trimmed brown hair.
Mhm.
What was once closely shaved sides that has started to grow out. Got quite a imprisoned man musk on him that seems to cut through the cess smell
Mhm.
eeping in from the outside. And he says that the keys.
Oh,
And
right.
there's a ring of keys dangling near the door.
Rook will look over. That's a good idea. And like we'll run over and just grab the keys and try again.
And so you pop it open, and the gate starts to swing open. He catches it and he says, "Hi, I'm oh," and he's like oh, for a second, and as he started to reach out his hand towards you, and he like a big wound on his shoulder, and so as he like tried to stretch out, and he offers his offhand, like the left hand instead. He's like, "Hi, I'm Fallister Fisk." Oh,
Sir Fisk.
ah.
Nice to meet you, Fallister. Well, not the good circumstances. But I'm Rook. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Do you need some help?
I just need to not be here. I think they dislocated my shoulder. Oh, I hate manacles.
Can
Oh, not
I,
fun. Not fun.
using
Oh.
my ability, can I field medic Fallister just to give him a little bit of a boost?
Sure.
Okay.
He's not like medically injured.
Oh,
He's
okay.
just like, he has a sustained injury from
Okay,
hanging
gotcha,
like this
gotcha.
for a while.
Right, right. Well, let's get you
Um,
out of here.
Okay, let's go. Um, but wait. There's the. I can't leave here without the puzzle box.
What?
My employer, they need the puzzle box.
Where is it?
I don't know. I I I know we know that Duke Vanthampur had it. If I had a bet, I bet that that good for nothing Thirstwell would have it upstairs. Mm.
Well, let's get out of here first and figure it out. Rook looks around. Is his stuff anywhere to be found?
You will see in one of the cells there's kind of like a bunch of stuff, empty wallets in like a barrel and emptied out bags in a barrel, and anything that they couldn't like immediately turn around and sell,
Hmm.
they just left there. So there's some weapons and it's nothing fancy, but it's all there.
Okay. In that case, well, specifically, would my attuned stuff, my like things I already imbued, still been there, or would they have? I mean, they might not have known that
Yes,
it.
because
Okay.
they would not they would not probably recognize them as what they were. They just think that they were
All right.
innocuous.
Then working as quickly as possible, Rook will go and like don all of his stuff. So he has, a couple like side bags and his backpack. He puts on his leather armor or throws it over his shoulder, and then he grabs his longsword, pops his goggles on his head, put his little fingerless gloves on, and he's ready to go.
And so what Fallister sees is the I think every steampunk engineer getting dressed montage.
Yep.
It's just like it takes a while. Like there's like the first goes on the vest, and the vest is like doodad 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 doodad.
Yeah.
And then like the sword goes in, and then you see, oh wait, and then he reaches into a pocket and like whisks out these little gloves, and he goes dink, and then it goes dink.
Yep.
And finally,
does the final like goggle pop on the head like?
And you see just like this like clever look, and he's like ready to go. And Fallister is like putting on like some pretty moldy leather armor and like a jacket, and like takes a dagger and puts it in a holster in the belt that he's wearing, and he's like, okay, let's see what we can do here.
Before we head out, was there one more person in a cell, or was it just Fallister here?
Yep, there's one more person.
I would let them out.
Yeah. You would let them out?
Yep.
All right.
Ain't nobody need to be trapped down here in this musky basement.
And so she'll say, you look in, and this is a dark-haired woman, kind of medium build, and she'll say, "Oh, finally you got me out. It took you long enough. Now, free me from here, subject."
Was that my job? I mean, I'm doing this
I
as a
assume
courtesy.
that you are here to serve the Hune family, yes?
I could be for the right price, maybe.
You get me out of here, and we'll see if I can find work for you.
Much appreciated, my lady. What is your name again?
Satir.
Satir. Well, okay, and he's like undoing the manacles at this point. Like, all right.
And she walks out, and she's like, all right. And she's like, she stands there and is like ready to be carried out. Take me out. And we will return to the rest of the party as Harmony, as Beldrin, Rogan, and Nori sort of, you hear a knock on the door. Anybody in there? Hello? In common.
We're dead silent.
Do we making eye contact with each other.
Who's gonna speak first?
Like Rogan's like pointing at Nori, like Nori, you do something, Nori.
Me? Beldrin's the cult leader.
All right, so Beldrin will say, "Oh, we're looking in here for him. Haven't seen anything. We'll let you know." And so I will make a persuasion check for Beldrin, I guess. Bup. Oh, not great, Bob. All right, so
Oh no.
well, no, I mean they rolled a 1 on insight, so like the persuasion number was bad, like it was very bad. It was a 4, and then the insight was 1, no modifier. So that's fun.
So we lied badly, but they believed it.
So they okay. We'll keep looking. Maybe they went out back up into the house. We'll see you. And you hear the footsteps kind of clambering away. The kind of shink metal armor making their way down the hall, and you actually smell incense for a moment. Like they're clearly carrying around incense to cut the smell of the cess. What would you like to do? You hear them, you give it 10 or 15 seconds, and they're clearly out of earshot and eye shot. What would you like to do?
Well, that was an absolute mission success. Let's keep going.
Okay. So move to where you would like to be. As you poke your head back out in the hallway, you see a small bit of lingering smoke and the clump of footsteps as they head up you hear them kind of making their way back. You see a doorway on your left here. This doorway, let me open it for you. I accidentally put a wall there. Oh, no. There's a doorway up on your right, and there's a doorway up. Yep, there's a door up on your right. How do you want to approach this? You look forward, you don't hear anything. You look backwards, you don't see anything. Keeping your ears peeled, nothing's really going on. What would you like to do?
Nori, I like the plan of just opening every door until we find something that looks interesting.
Let's just keep going left, labyrinth style. You make the same turn every time. See where we end up.
So just keep going without doors?
So you pop this door open, and you will see, if you move in, you'll see this is a dining hall. There are candelabras hanging from the ceiling that are extinguished. It's fairly dark in here. There's two rickety wooden tables with 2 rickety wooden benches at which people eat. You see a food counter off and to your left. As you see through the food counter, you smell kitchen. You don't see kitchen because you remember when you went to the cafeteria and it was closed as a kid and there were those metal things? It's like a fantasy cafeteria, so it's like wooden slats down, and there's a door, kind of a pass-through door, to your left as well. What would you like to do?
Go back into the hallway and open the big set of double doors.
Okay.
Kick them open.
So these doors were actually open before. And so what you see in here is 4 of those candelabras, all of them are lit. And this room is much darker than the rest. And there are heavy draped red and black velvet curtains that hang on the side of this room. And as you look towards the front of this room, you see a statue. The first thing that catches your eyes is that catches your eye is that the eyes of the statue burn bright red. And as you look at the statue, it is a similar face to that of an elf. Pointed ears. The features are all gray, it's not painted, but you see above it a halo seems to hang that burns bright, that seems to be waving as though it were a flame. And that's what the star is on the map. What would you like to do?
Do we have time to poke around the statue? I'd love to explore more, but we also really need to find the guy.
I say we take the time. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say we take the time to explore. This seems pretty interesting, and maybe we can garner some information here.
All right, sounds good.
The guy can wait 5 more minutes.
So Beldrin will immediately recognize this person as Zerial, the fallen angel who is now the Archduke of Avernus. Archduke. And you see this there's a curtain pulled aside right here, and you see a pathway up a kind of a very narrow passageway that will lead you up to, and as you get closer and closer, you smell manure. And you're thinking back to when you originally walked through the space, you were near a stables. And you think that might be a way back up to the stables.
Hey, emergency exit. We can steal horses
Emergency
on the way out.
exit. Yeah.
Man, I wish we'd found this sooner, because then we could have broken it and not had to fight things.
Yeah.
Well, now we have a way out.
So you still stand in this room. These three braziers make a path up to this altar on which this statue is sitting. You can see in the dust on the floor that there is that people were kneeling here previously, and that someone had been recently standing up kind of where Beldrin is now, delivering a sermon or leading a ritual of some sort, but this looks like clearly is a ritual space.
Should we commit some property damage or just move on?
I don't see why this devil should be allowed to stand here in this city in our plane.
Let's do quiet property damage.
Smash it.
Okie dokie. So, you walk up to it and tap it?
Can I do an Arcana check on it just to make sure? It is a statue of, although a cult deity, it is the cult deity. I just want to make sure it's not like gonna explode or something.
Okay. What are you looking for? Are you looking for like a magical trap?
Looking for signs of a magical trap on the statue.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
That's cool. 14.
You don't see anything that looks like a trap. You don't see any runes etching anything. You don't see any.
Rogan thinks it's good to go. Well, I say smash it.
All right, Beldrin will step forward and will push the statue down. As it smashes open, it reveals a morning star like a one-handed morning star, a club with a big ball with spikes on it, and it seems to be glowing bright red. And that seems to be what kept the eyes lit in the statue. And unless anyone else would protest, this +1 mace would go to Beldrin.
I think it suits Beldrin. Yeah.
Yes, it
Cool.
does.
No. Yeah.
So I will make note of that. Let's see here. Going forward. Sorry, I'm just seeing chat now. Yes, Discord during stream, absolutely right call. I do not check the chat. Anything else you would like to do in this room before you go?
Nope. Ready to move on.
Anything for you, Nori?
I'm good.
All right, let me look at Beldrin's character sheet real quick. Just making a quick perception check for him. Wait. Oh, that's not the right class. That's not the right character sheet. I was looking at Rook. +5, that's a 17. After Beldrin knocks this over, Beldrin walks over to this piece of wall and he says, there's something off about this wall. And he taps it, and you see that, and he kind of gets his paw into a mechanism and pulls on a door. It says, this is a door. There's something behind this.
Ooh, open it.
Looks to Nori for confirmation.
Yeah, you open it. Yeah, you do
All
it.
right, so you will swing this open, and I'll move you over. You see a very small ritual chamber here, and you see a door. Kind of the wall seems to be swung in. Let me draw something for you so that you can see it. This section of wall here, come on. This section of wall here seems to be swung in. I don't know if you can see that. There's a 5-foot section of wall that seems to be swung out into the hallway, like and another secret door. And you from the smell, you can tell that it leads back out to the sewer pathway.
So we have two paths. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. Looking, and then I'm just going to finish describing the room, ask you what you want to do, and then we'll cut back over to Rook. So you look and you see it on this altar in front of you. It is this tremendous hunk of this tremendous hunk of obsidian stone. And out of it, there is a small fiery image of the statue that you had just smashed out in front. And it seems to be observing the room. And there's two kind of these candelabras on either side that are lit with black candles. And you see like that a ritual had just recently taken place. Like there's incense recently extinguished, and a torch and a couple candles that are recently extinguished. So you can tell a ritual had just kind of come to an end here. And the smell of the sewer coming in is particularly obvious. What would you? And then anything you would like to do before I cut back over?
Why don't you go ahead and we'll think about it.
Yeah, well,
Okay, cool. So Rook, you have Satir, you have Fallister. What's going on? Where are you headed? You look out the hall. There's a pathway straight ahead. You had heard some footsteps loudly shake down the hallway, and then they seem to have sort of dissipated and slipped away. You hear the flow of the cess water moving out and down. And that's what you got. What would you like to do?
I think Rook would like just walk out the door, or just try to see where it leads.
All right, so you see, you walk out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You look left. You see that there's a pathway straight, and that arcs around to the left, and then there's a pathway sort of directly north that seems to arc around also to the east.
Rook will go
Or to
to
the
the
west, sorry.
to the this one here that goes straight up into the, I guess, to the west.
Going north and then west. All right, cool.
Yep.
So you pop up and you approach the corner quietly and cautiously, and you see down the hall a bit of wall seems to just be swung out into the area, into
Mhm.
the passageway. You see, you hear the sound of the fluid trickling down through a passageway about 6, 70, or 80 feet in front of you. And then about another 40 or 50 feet in front of that, you see a larger hallway. It seems to give way to another hallway that goes north and south. What would you like to do?
I think Rook would go to just follow this hallway to the end that he's currently on, like going straight, or does
Okay.
it ends in a wall? Is what you were saying?
No.
No? Okay.
There's a bit of wall that has swung out on the north side of the path here,
Okay.
like a secret door had been opened.
Okay.
So like you walk along,
Mhm.
get here, you're vibing, you walk around, you're vibing. There's like you see down here at the end of this, there's a sewer grate. Seems to be made of very thick bars.
Okay.
And you see just to the north of you here, there's a secret door open.
Okay. Go ahead.
And so you also hear 3 people you would have heard the crash of a statue. You would have heard like the smash of like a bit of ceramics, probably about 10 or 15 seconds ago.
Okay.
And you hear kind of some stifled voices in the room just on the other side of this swung open wall.
Okay. Rook will look back to the group and just kind of put up a hand and try to like do that, like let's do it quietly, and then sneak through or slip through the slightly open secret door.
Okay. So here is what you see. You slip through the door, and you see 3 cultists standing in front of an altar to Zariel. One of them is very tall and imposing. You see hairy feet sticking out of the bottom, a la Chewbacca. You see a shorter cultist that has a little bit of beard hair sticking out from underneath his golden mask.
Okay.
And then you see a third that seems to be more middle build, and they're would Beldrin? No, not Beldrin. Would
Rogan.
Would Rogan? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Would Rogan have his glasses on the inside or outside of his mask?
They would definitely be on the outside, obviously.
And so you see another cultist with glasses on the outside of his mask.
All right,
It's about
kind of
middle build.
keeping the other 2 back, or kind of like stopping them before they can come in too far. Leveling his longsword and shield, he's like, "Okay, I've been locked in a cage for too long. Let's just get this over with." And like taking like a battle stance, ready to like fight these very odd cultists.
Oh hey, you've been by cages. What's the name of the guy that we're looking for? Have you seen I'm forgetting his name.
Thavius Creek.
Thaddeus Creek.
What?
Yeah, we're looking for Thaddeus Creek very specifically.
The halfling comes out and says, Thavius Krieg is here?
Yeah, we think so.
Wait,
Wait, do you know them? Pointing to the halfling. And then
I don't know these. But I mean, they're cultists, but maybe they'd be useful to us if they know where if they're looking
Also,
for Thavius too.
Does Rook recognize the name Thaddeus Krieg?
Yes, Rook would immediately recognize Thavius
Okay.
Krieg as the leader of the city that he used to live in.
Right. Are y'all from Elturel?
Maybe.
What does it matter where they're from? They're cultists now.
Well, that's true. Why are we? And like holds the sword back up, ready to be like, what are we doing? Are we fighting or not?
I don't want to fight. We just kind of there's some intruders in the building, and we got into a bad fight with them and got injured.
Can I roll an insight check just to be like, these are not real cultists, right?
100%. How hard is Rogan trying to sell this?
Rogan's not entirely sure what he's doing. He's not the most socially apt guy. He's not entirely. He's attempting to sort of sell it because he's not. He just doesn't want to get into another fight right now, especially with a kobold that's pointing a sword at him.
What is your passive deception?
Pretty bad, probably. I think I have negative. I don't know what my. Okay, I'm trying to.
It's 10 minus your modifier.
Oh, -1. So he's got a 9 passive deception.
All right, so that's your DC.
Did you not make?
I got a 9.
What is your modifier for wisdom? For insight.
For insight is just 0. It's just whatever's on the die. I rolled a 9.
What the heck happens in a tied skill challenge? Meet it, beat it.
I think
meet it.
Yeah.
So you can tell, like, you're not completely sure, but something is really weird about the way that this does not seem like fanatical cult behavior. Also, their robes are like really poorly made for them if they were made for them.
They're not quite the right size for them, probably, or fitting not like secondhand cloaks.
I think they're either all too small or too big in case of Nori.
Belgians is way too small. Nori, I think
a human.
Nori is probably twisting himself because he hates how bad it looks on him.
It's terrible. I mean, the blend is cheap.
So you have an idea.
It's just broadcloth, it's just broadcloth.
It's terrible. I'm breaking out in hives.
And Beldrin will say, "Yes, we are the cult of the meat. Do you want to join us and go to the promised land, the land of meat?"
He's our cult leader.
Sure. Yeah, let's go to the promised land of meat. Yeah. That.
How do you know Elturel?
I grew up there.
And then they will ask you, something that all citizens of Elturel will sign and say, is the Creed Resolute, which is kind of an effort, like a pledge of allegiance, but for Elturel. Would that be something that Rook would have done in his life?
I mean, as a merchant of Elturel, probably. Yeah, I would say so.
So then Beldrin would kind of growl at you and ask you to recite a little bit of the Creed Resolute, and if that's something you would have done, you would just kind of know it.
Yeah.
So you have this interaction and they verify, and so you kind of are more at ease, and this person either knows a lot about Elturel, or as a friend. Either way, we could use a friend.
Let's go with friend because I'm pretty sure that our convincing getup is very not
Did
convincing.
you know that it's Elturel's gone? It like zapped. It's like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
non-existent.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
we saw it happen.
It's terrible.
We're actually helping the survivors. I can't say there's a lot of money in it, but we're trying to help people. That's actually why we're here. We're looking for Thaddeus Krieg because he may be in here and we kind of desperately need him back.
I was looking for my family. They got, I assume, bamfed with whatever happened to Elturel, so...
He may be with us.
We helped a lot of refugees out of the city. So,
so you haven't seen them?
Well, we
haven't seen any kobolds in the refugees?
I see a lot of kobolds on a daily basis. I'm kind of part of a dragon cult. What's your family name?
Rogan, make a big timing check.
A big timing check.
The big timing check.
Yeah, I know dragons. What of it? What's up?
You're like, whoa.
Me and dragons, we're homies. I know these dragons. I know those dragons. What about these dragons?
Any modifiers?
Yeah, it's persuasion.
3.
Oh no!
2.
So 5.
2.
2.
You get the feeling that this person knows a lot about the dragons they're familiar with, but maybe not that much about like a chromatic black dragonkin.
Well, Rogan was not claiming to know anything about all dragons. Rogan was just stating generally he knows a lot of kobolds.
Got it.
Which is very true. He's part of a dragon cult. He's like the only orc in the dragon cult full of kobolds.
We didn't really have a family name. We kind of just all had a first name. I'm Rook, by the way.
Rogan.
Nori.
Beldrin, the large cultist growls.
Meat Lord. Yeah. Good.
Yes, Lord of the Meat.
Well,
so,
I guess we're not going to fight then.
No, I'd rather not.
It seems like we might be better off working together, maybe?
Yeah. So, by chance, the direction you came from was, I assume Thaddeus Krieg was not in that direction, so that can limit the directions we have to go.
Listen, subject, the commoner says, listen, get me out of here. I do not care about any of this. I don't care about Elturel. Get me out of here.
We're trying.
No, you are not. You're talking to these people.
If you'd like,
I do not care.
If you'd like, you can crawl up through the horse shit on your own, but we're looking for Thaddeus Krieg.
No, you will carry me out of the horse shit. Do you not know who I am?
Nope, and I don't care right now.
Wait, hold on. We'll get you out. I promise. Just follow us a little bit longer and we can figure it out. We'll protect you, though.
I'm tired of this.
You want to just sit here in this room? That's a good plan, too. We'll come back and carry you later.
Could you bring me a cushion? All the surfaces in here are so hard.
I'll offer up my cultist robes. I'll plump them up for him and hand them off for him to sit on.
and this, you plump up these robes, and she says, "Oh, this is awful. I hate this."
This is my kind of person.
You're a person of very low class for not carrying around a cushion for your nobles.
Nori's gonna whip out a contract for rescue. It comes with a very large fee, half before and half once we're delivered. So I'm just gonna put that in front of our friend.
Yeah, I will not sign this without a lawyer present.
Why were you captured?
Well, I guess you're out of luck, my friend.
What is your business? You're supposed to be saving me, right? You wanted work?
All businesses, yes. particularly financial ones.
But what? Why are you down here? You don't seem the type that these cultists would want. What?
Oh, uh, Duke, Duke Vanthamper. She's just a horrible cur. She's just a mean old cuss. And my family doesn't like that she just goes around stealing from everyone.
So they took you?
Look, they stole me.
That really
Did
sucks.
they steal you, or did your family just put you down here because you were annoying?
How dare you?
Oh, I dare.
Do you know who my family is?
Who's your family?
We are the Hune family. And this will kind of bring up for you who have spent some time in Baldur's Gate. Like, this is like old occultist family from Baldur's Gate, but not
This
this
is
cult. A different
old
cult.
Baldur's Gate money.
Old
So they're not
money.
meat cultists. They're like
There's something else.
vegan cultists.
They're vegan cultists.
I dare try to bring hold the Duke, the High Duke, now that Duke Ravengard is gone. I tried to hold her accountable, and they throw me in this awful cell with these awful people. Where are you from? Candlekeep? Ugh, disgusting.
You're quite rude.
You're quite rude for keeping me here. You said you were going to get me out. Now you're having me sit
I'm
on the
working
floor
on- I'm
in the middle of
working
a
on it.
place.
What do you want from me?
I don't want to be here anymore. Get me out. So she's just going to be a miserable cuss.
Can we like bind and gag her and put her in a side room to save later? Just like deal with that later.
Sure. We'll say you do that.
We'll be back.
We can
We'll
put
say
her in
you-
the room under the stables. Perfect.
You shove
Yeah,
her
let's
in the
put her
shit-
right by
shove her in
the poop
poo-poo room.
door.
We shove her in the poo-poo room.
All right,
We'll be
and
back.
Fallister will say, "Oh, thank God! If she talked even for one more second, I was gonna lose my mind. Oh, her family is famous for this shield. I don't. They used to worship this shield when their family had control of Baldur's Gate. My employer knows. Silvira knows more about it, but I don't know. I don't know a whole lot."
Okay, well let's try to get out of here. Yes.
We still have to look for Thaddeus Krieg. We can't leave without him, or without any information on him.
All right, let's
We
find.
had friends
Thaddeus.
that died to try and died to get us in here.
Oh, I'm very sorry to hear that.
As am I, but we need to get moving, Hell Riders. And says Fallister, the halfling.
All right. If he wasn't the way that you came, we can go back. There's another hallway we can investigate.
There's a whole nother way down that way.
Oh, down the way they came.
Please lead on.
We've got 2 ways to go. Which way should we go? I like
North or south?
I like to go north and left because that's what we've been doing. It also
Yeah.
because that's where they ran from. So if that was a more heavily guarded area, perhaps that's where Thaddeus Creek is located.
It's sound logic, and they've run away from there, so maybe less guarding out for us to
To go through.
slip in.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So you're heading north?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Make your way to where you want to be.
Let's go.
All right. We'll let us back through the wall.
Oh, sorry. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop,
I'm
boop.
trapped.
Oh yeah, I'm trapped too.
All right, so you look to your right. You see the door that you went through. That was the meat. You look through the door that was the dining hall. You see another door on your right where you smelled kitchen smells. Nori, Rogan, if you pop that door open, you will see a kitchen.
Okay.
You see down the hall, there is a doorway on your right that seems to be kind of a nicer wooden door, and then a doorway that's kind of wide open on your left, or is hanging ajar on your left. And as you look down this hallway, you see a very finely appointed door at the end of this hallway. It seems to be made of finer metals, and and you can see a larger lock mechanism on it.
Are we? Oh, we're gonna keep going, Nori. Sounds good. We can check out that hallway in a moment.
I saw the bling and it was over for me. I had to go check it out.
Oh, the bling is south.
The bling is over this way.
The bling is down.
Whichever way, that's where I want to go.
Nori
You
wants
wanna
to go
go?
towards bling.
Okay, so you make your way down the hall. You pass the doorway on your left, and that door is just a common wood door. You want to swing that open?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Okay. Anything you want to do in there?
What's in this room?
You see there is a door kind of swung open, and you hear people talking in the next room over. You hear it kind of as you swing the door open. You hear it kind of come to a stop.
Oh no!
And you hear them quiet, and they're listening. Make a group stealth check.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, Baldrin, it was a 20.
It was a 20 from me.
Nori, what do you get?
22.
22.
I'm a
And
sneaky.
Rook?
18.
18. All right, so you sit there, you and everyone like drops to an absolute silence. And then the conversation restarts, and you hear them kind of talking about, oh well, there's kind of like dabbles about like policies in the council, and it's like, oh well, now that Duke Vanthampur is leader, oh maybe maybe the shipping will be better, and blah blah blah, and tariffs on incoming goods will be more relaxed, and maybe we can get some of that good Chuthian rum, and blah 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 blah. And as you look around the room, you find an armoire with a number of the robes that you have on, or the hat on, and a number of the golden masks. And as you're kind of wearing them, like, these feel like real gold. Like Nori would know from a job that these are real gold. You'd say eyeballing them, you'd know they're about 25 gold a piece. And so there's probably about 10 of these golden masks in here. So it's like a dressing room. And there's another plain wooden door to the north where you heard the voices.
I say we sneak back out and keep going, or what do you want to do? Rogan's bad at making decisions here.
It's a hard choice for me to leave those masks behind. I love a bit of pageantry and some gold, but I also am pretty banged up and know there's a lot of risk if we make some jingling noises going down the hall.
All right, and Baldrin will say, best to leave it behind. Maybe we can catch it on the way out. And Fallister will point, I don't know about you, but I don't keep anything plain behind a door like that. And he points to the door at the end of the hall.
All right, we'll go to that door.
So as you look at it, it is ornate compared to the rest of the doors in the area. It has a larger locking mechanism on it. You find a keyhole that you would be able to slide a key into. As you go through the keys on your belt, it doesn't seem that any of the ones from the jail cells would have fit. Rook?
Okay. Can Rook try his shard again?
You're looking at it, and it seems a little bit too complex for something like that. Like with a basic
Gotcha.
skeleton key type item, yes. For this, no.
Gotcha.
Belgian looks at Nori and says, "Any chance you can get us in?"
Yeah, I'm pulling out my lock picking kit here.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll the
See
dice.
if we can't do a little picket. All right, rolling some dice. Have to find my internet dice. There we go. Internet dice. That's a 17.
All right, so you swing this. You get these tools in, and you slide the bottom pick into place, and you're tapping around with the top pins, and you get the first one set in, you get the second one set in, you get the third one set in, and it clicks and turns. And you see in front of you 4 wooden tables with 2 small wooden coffers atop each one. Hanging on the wall opposite the door is a beautiful golden shield. Standing in front of the shield is an old man in plain garments, carrying a lit candlestick. As he turns to face the door, you see that his shadow on the far wall doesn't match his form, but appears to be the shadow of a pudgy, horned fiend with small wings. And you, the 4 of you, recognize him, the creature in front of the candlestick at least, as High Overseer Davius Creep.
Spooky.
What would you like to do?
Is there a way to do a quiet Arcana check? Like, I want to know, is there a way to try and figure out if the skies, like, obviously the shadow doesn't match, which is an immediate indicator that something is wrong.
You wanna know if it's an illusion?
Yeah, or not either an illusion, or is there a way to tell if the person was shape changed?
It shape changed. I don't think that you know enough about that magic to make that call, but probably I would say making an investigation check to see if it's an illusion.
Okay. 9 plus. That is 15.
So you can tell that both the shadow and the form of this creature are real. And you hear this creature say, "Oh my God, Hellrider, you've come to rescue me. Oh, thank you, God. I was so sad when I heard about what happened to our city."
Insight check.
Rook's just plainly like, "Hey, why is your shadow messed up?"
There's foul magic down here. I don't know. Roll your insight check.
$18.
Yep. So he's hamming it up.
Yeah, this seems really disingenuous.
Yeah, this is probably, this does really does not the right person.
I'm Thavius Creed. What do you mean?
Your shadow says you're not.
There's foul magics all around us.
Yeah, but that's a very specific foul magic to turn your shadow very evil.
I'm a prisoner here. What do you mean?
All right. Well, could you recite our city pledge of allegiance?
Yeah, he'll say the Creed Resolute.
Okay.
Does he? Rook's gonna walk up to him.
Okay.
Does he do anything as Rook walks up to him?
He says, hello?
Rook holds out his hand to be like, "Give me your hand."
He shakes your hand. Says, hello?
And Rook just starts poking it, like just poking his hand with a clawed finger.
It's human flesh.
Does Thaddeus
Bruises.
Does he retract it all? Does he like react to that, or he's
Yeah.
just like, oh, whatever? Okay.
He's like, oh, ow.
Seems fine to me.
And the other thing that you would know, being from Eltrell, is that Thavius was a high cleric of Torm. Let me double check that. Torm, yeah, the god of courage.
And he's not wearing any of like anything to represent that right now, is he?
He doesn't have any holy symbols on right now, no.
Okay.
I can cast a quick detect magic.
Is it? Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell that the shield on the wall is has very powerful magic. Yeah. And so that's what you pick up. He does seem to be a magic user. But you don't seem to. What? You're casting magic? Aren't you here to rescue me?
It wasn't a cast. It was it's just a part of my innate
Okay.
ability.
Right. Do not trust me. Where's Gideon? Where's Rhea?
We sent us here to look for you.
Okay, then let us go.
It doesn't feel right. You're a cleric, correct? So did they strip you of all your holy symbols?
Yes, of course. Keeping me here locked away with boxes.
Well, that's a pretty nice shield up on the wall. What's that about?
And so as this has been occurring, as soon as the door swung open, honestly, during your stay at the manor, Rook, there would have been, from time to time, you would have heard a voice. An empty, hollow voice. And it would have said, I can free you. I can help you. And then it would go away. And then you'd hear it again, and it would say, come with me, set me free, and I can set you free. And then it would fade. And the last time, maybe one of the more recent times, it would say, we can do so many things together. Think of all the riches I can bring you and your family. And then it fades away. And as you look on this shield, another time, you hear the voice again. Take me. Take me with you. We can be free together. You're only hearing this in your head.
Yeah, in my head.
And that's where we're going to go on break. So we will see you back in a little bit. Thank you so much for all your emojis and hellos and oh, hey, how are yous? And we'll see you back here at about 9:10. And we... All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, let me get my pink out here. There. Now we're pinking. We're pinking and stinking. It's quiet on a sleepy night. I'm so happy that you're here with us, Morning Wind. So, sleepy night. You, Rook, you have seen this, and the shield is sort of standing there in front of you. Beldrin stares down Thavius and he says, if you are who you say you are, show us that Torm's blessing is upon you, insinuating that he should cast some kind of magical spell. And you see Thavius like start to move his hands and like start to channel something, and he's like, oh, right there it is. Yep. Did it. And nothing happened. No magic moved.
What did you cast?
The one to detect evil around me.
Do you sense any evil?
I sense that there's great evil in this place. The lies. Malarkey.
Yeah. Well, if he's not gonna stop Rook's gonna go up to the shield and pick it up.
And Rook, you go and pick it up, and you feel like if you were to strap it to your arm, or are you just holding it?
Rook would put it would replace his shield and put this one on his arm. Yeah.
And so you feel it kind of moving to like, you feel like there's something else guiding it. And so you take an additional +2 to your armor class. For the time being.
+4 instead of the normal +2.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Become beefy.
Yeah.
This is like the insurance. It's the insurance for the person who loses their character in the front bit. You give them this magic item and they never die again. And then you hear this voice. We will do great things together. I can help you recover your city.
Oh, well, thank you.
Get me to Avernus, and I will help you.
Okay.
And this is just between them. And then, so Thavius is standing there, and he says, "So, come on, let's go."
What do looking like just speaking plainly? What do we want to do with this guy? He seems very suspicious.
He's not Thaddeus. He didn't actually cast the spell.
What do you mean? Yes, I did. Lying.
Well, he's definitely Thaddeus, so we should obviously lead him to the exit.
Yeah, since he's got the candle, he should go in front,
Yes.
so that we can all see, and we'll guard the back.
Yes.
So, I don't know. So this is a kind of a question for y'all. How hot-headed is Beldrin?
Didn't strike me as very hot-headed.
No, I think Beldrin's very mellow.
Okay.
He's chill.
So, if this
He's
is
not crazy.
Thavius, he has given up everything that he once was.
Yeah.
And the halfling will kind of spring up from the back and will say, Thavius, have you seen any? Have you seen a puzzle box? Have they shown you anything? Did they ask you to try to help them open something like that? And he said, and you see his eyes like shoot open, like and then he like quickly tries to bring it back, but he's not doing a great job holding it together. And he says, "Oh no, they haven't shown me anything. No puzzle box. Definitely not. No." Again, clearly flustered and lying,
Well,
trying to save his ass.
Thaddeus, we haven't completely cleared the path, so it's not safe for you to leave this room yet. You should stay here while we clear a safe path for you so that we can get you out of here.
Okay. You look around the room. There are 4 large coffers that seem to be adorned with the marks of the royal family Vandenberg.
Or if you want the money, it's all on you.
Oh, you know I want the money. I already passed up all those golden masks.
So Thaddeus, we're taking the money to help our people. You want that, right?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, we're going to take the money and stash it somewhere for later, but you should stay here.
No, I
Yeah,
cannot stay. No.
You must, because it's not safe for you to leave yet. We can't risk
It's
you
not
getting
safe for me to
captured.
stay here. If they see me sprung out, they will kill me.
No, they won't. This is where you're being held captive, right? So if you're outside of your room, then you will be more at risk. You should stay in this room where they left you, and thus they can't, and thus you'll be safe. And then we'll come back for you because it's not currently safe out there. You can confirm, right? And I elbow Rogan over.
Yeah, people have literally died out there.
Yeah,
we saw this one rich girl get kidnapped and tossed in horse poop.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, you don't want to land in horse poop, do you?
I cannot. I can't stay here. You must take me out. I order you, as High Overseer on your honor as Hell Riders, to remove me from this place, for glory.
We're going to come back for you. We're just
we must go now.
We can't go now. It's not safe.
I'm not staying in this room.
Okay, well you can go. We still got some things to do.
No, you will protect me, on your honor as Hell Riders.
We
Here,
know
here,
you
here.
will.
Let's.
So Nori, you will find 300 gold pieces in one of the chests.
I'm rich.
You find another 300 gold pieces between the second, third, and fourth coffers. As you go through the fifth coffer, you see um an ivory blade with runes in Draconic and a handle. It seems to be broken. In the sixth and seventh coffer, you find another 100 platinum pieces each. And then the eighth coffer has 20 azurite gemstones worth 20 GP each.
Wow. Quite a
I'm
stash.
gonna hand the blade over to Rogan to take a look at since he's got the draconian lore.
And as you have your detect magic is still going, there's nothing detected with this. The only thing buzzing with magic out of all this is the shield. Everything else seems to be a name. Nothing seems to be marked magically. The blade says Fang on it, and there's a handle and a blade, but the blade says Fang in Draconic runes.
Seems to be a fancy blade that says Fang. Can I do a history check to see if I would recognize it, or is it not recognizable to me?
Doesn't ring any bells.
Okay. Nori, it seems like a very fancy blade, and it's got the word Fang on it. Do you want it?
We'll keep it and we can sell it later.
Okay.
And right now the blade is separated from the handle. It's broken.
Oh yeah, and it's okay.
I'll bind them up together and toss them in my pack with all the other things.
Okay, so Nori now jingling down the hallway with an insane amount of gold.
And platinum.
And platinum. So Thavius is insisting that you let him leave with you. That he will walk with you. He will not be shut back in this room.
Let's take him with us, and if he causes trouble, and then Rook produces his longsword and just kind of points it towards him, we'll just take care of it.
Great. So,
but we do need to still find the real Thaddeus. Oh, you know what? We could interrogate this man for the real Thaddeus Krieg. We obviously know he's fake. He might know the whereabouts of the real Thaddeus Krieg.
You know that he's fake?
Yeah, he felt the cat's magic.
Do we know that he's fake or is he possessed?
Oh yeah, we don't know that. I'm just
Yeah, true.
Sorry.
Is he possessed?
We don't know what he is, but we know that he
Yeah.
did cast a magic spell, and that there's a demon shadow.
Something's funky about this here Thaddeus.
This ain't your mother's Thaddeus. All right, so he's gonna push his way out of the door and start to walk down the hall. And Fallister will talk to him and will say, Thavius, why did you have the puzzle box, Thavius? Why? I saw you with the puzzle box. Why did you have it? And he looks at you all and he says, "Oh, I don't know what he's talking about. You know, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's no puzzle box."
I think. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I think before we go any further, you should answer his question.
He denies having ever had a puzzle box, and this spy is insisting that he has had it.
Well, My
And
friend
Thavius will
Ballister
say,
here.
listen, on the day that our city was taken from us, I was out visiting a parish outside of the city, outside of Elturel. I was visiting a small rural community, going there, running a marriage ceremony, all of this. And how would I have a puzzle box? What would I have to do with puzzles?
Did we? I mean, not Rook, but did we meet up with Thaddeus before, like when we were deployed on our mission? No, it was a different. Okay, it was just Rhea.
It was the opening line of this entire series was, "Where is Thavius Krieg? You mean I came
Right.
all the way here to Eltegod? We've been negotiating for 5 years, and Thavius Krieg is not here?" That was the opening line of this series.
Right.
And that was Older
Okay.
Ravengard saying that, the High Duke of Baldur's Gate.
Well, what is this puzzle box exactly, Fallister, that you're looking for?
This my employer, she's a archmage in Candlekeep, and she studies relics of the Nine Hells. And we believe that it may contain an infernal contract. And as you see this, you see Thavius kind of looks away and breathes out really hard. But we don't know the contents.
Was he looking in a specific place at that point? Like, was it
No.
pointedly looking somewhere? It was just looking out. Okay.
No, he's just trying to, like.
And Thaddeus, you don't know anything about this?
This man is lying. What Candlekeep? I'm the High Overseer of a city. Why should I answer to you?
Because we're literally rescuing you. And you're being real.
Since I've come in, you've asked me nothing but questions. Why is my shadow this way? Make magic for me, dance for me. I am no monkey.
But you're being really suspicious.
My business is my own. Take me out of here.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll just walk you out then, right? Looking over to the group.
Definitely, it's this way. Rogan points the opposite direction of the ways that we've explored.
Oh, no. When they brought me in, they brought me from over here, and he'll point towards the entrance.
Oh goodness, I think we're stuck with him.
Okay.
Well, that way is not a good way to go because there's a whole bunch of guards, and we don't want to go that way. We have to go out the secret way that we discovered that way.
Okay. So you take him to. Are you? Fallister is going to insist that you retrieve the puzzle box first.
Yeah, oh, we're good with looking for the puzzle box.
Okay.
We're going towards the fake secret exit, the opposite direction of the exit.
So wait, you're going. Oh, so you're going left.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We're going towards the secret exit.
Cool.
With air quotes.
So, you make your way, move yourself to where you want to be. So as you look out, you look to your right, you look to your left, you don't see anything. You make your way down the hall, you see a crumbled entrance, crumbling sewer pipe. It crumbles down to just where the cess makes its way through, a small trickle of it, and then you see a kind of a smooth stone hallway heading north. Rogan, as you round that corner, you see at the end a hallway that turns back around to the right, and you're piecing together that this is another loop.
There were a couple of doors that we hadn't opened in that hallway. We can go back for those if you guys are interested, or we're looking for the puzzle box.
Sure.
And
Potentially the real Thaddeus Krieg.
And Fallister has said that he thinks that either Duke Vanthamper or Thirstwell, her son, would have it.
Oh, great. That's going to be a little bit more complicated to retrieve then. Well, we know there's voices in that one hall. In this, can you guys see my cursor? We know that there's voices in this room, so potentially we could go back to the room where we heard the voices.
True.
It was the
It wouldn't
room
be-
to the north.
Yeah,
It wouldn't
this
be a
one
bad
right here.
idea to just check some of the other unchecked doors too, just to see what's in there.
All right, that would be.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Also, Nori is stuck in the room. I can't get out of the room.
Oh. Sorry, Nori. There you go. So as you come back around, Akra and Rogan, you poke your head into this door, and it is a bunk. There are beds. You see recently disheveled beds as you poke your head in. It smells like humanoids and sewage. But otherwise there are beds, and then you see a door to the south. Have a good one, Morning Wind. Thank you.
We can. Do you want to open the other door in this hall before we open the far south door? And I think that far south door will potentially open up to that room where we heard voices.
Yeah, let's just do the south door. That's fine.
Do you want to open this door first, and then
That was the
south
one
door?
with the bunks in it, right?
The south.
No.
Do you want to? So you want to just go straight
The
to the
one,
south door?
the
You
one
don't
that
wanna do
Nori
this
is in is a bunk.
Okay.
Is the bunk room. It's empty. You hear the voices in the room to the south. There is an unopened door to the north.
Do you want to open the north door real quick, or do you want to just go straight to the voice door?
Let's open the north door real quick.
All right, and so you open this, and it seems to be a much nicer wooden door, and it swings open, and it seems to be a very nicely appointed room. And you see hanging on a chest, and you see hanging on the bed frame is a holy symbol of Torm.
Oh.
And as this happens, Thavius will start yelling. He'll say, "They're here! They're here! They're here! They're here! Help! 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 They're here! They're here!" And we'll start to run down the hall.
Oh no!
Can
Gosh dang it!
Chase after him?
Yeah.
And try
like I
to
said, you
stab
can
him
make-
in the back?
You can, yeah, absolutely.
Go stab
Make a
him.
dexterity check. Make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check. Okay.
You can give me acrobatics or athletics just to see if you can out.
Yeah, we'll do athletics. That's a 20. Not natural, but that's a 20.
Okay, and so as he starts to yell, you jump and you grab onto his back and you drag him down, and you're gonna attack him. Thank you,
yeah.
Vespers. Have a good night.
Yeah, let's do it. I said it. I'm gonna commit to it. I'm gonna go for it.
All right, so make an attack roll.
Okay. That's gonna be a 12.
So you drive this sword right through him.
And just for flavor, because it isn't my infused, I'm going to change the damage type as part of my infusion to radiant damage.
Okay, cool. And so tell us a little bit about the class that you're playing, because it's pretty unique.
It is. I am playing the Mechanist class, it's very actually no, I would say it's not actually that similar to kind of the D and the 5e equivalent artificer. It's got a lot of differences.
It feels a lot like Ross Leiser's Sculptor. Like a lot of the
Yeah.
base features feel like Ross Leiser's Sculptor from 5e.
Yeah. But it's essentially I am able to, as a mechanist, I'm really good at creating things. I have this shard that is kind of an amorphous blob that I can turn on the fly into various things. And then the biggest thing about the class is the augment feature, which is you have a pool of augment, or not really a pool, you have augments that you unlock as you level up, and you are able to imbue them on different objects or weapons or items that you have. And augments do different things. The one thing though is you can't have multiple augments on the same piece of equipment or items or gear or anything like that. But the cool thing about my sword is I have the charged augment, which allows me to, based on my proficiency bonus, I can change the damage output on an attack, basically on a weapon. So I can make it do different damage types.
And so, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a really cool class. I really liked the way that you built the character. So wanted to give you an opportunity to share that. As this noise is made, you hear the first thing you hear is a scream from up the hallway. As you hear you're assuming the person that you tied up and left in that hallway is probably no longer in that hallway. And you
I thought
hear
we hid her in the stable hallway, which was also a passageway.
yep. And you hear some footsteps coming that way, coming from around the corner there. Anything that you would like to do, as you can tell that something is about to happen. And as he sort of bleeds out, as Thavius bleeds out from your longsword driven into his back, you feel his body slip away into a dark obsidian sand. Or ash. Dark obsidian ash.
So it's definitely not Thaddeus?
You don't know.
Well, we could duck into the bunk room and attempt to be cultists again. It's up to you. Or we could prepare for combat.
I mean, we could duck into the holy room too, and just, I mean, either way, we have a place to hold up. If they come through the door, at least they're funneled in, you know?
Yeah, I'm good with
How about we hit the holy room? We
Holy
can
room
both
it is.
pretend to be praying cultists while also ridding ourselves for any injury.
Let's
Okay.
go for it.
So you're gonna go to the room where you smashed the statue?
No, we're going inside this room.
Oh, you're
The
going
one
in,
with the symbol of Tor in it.
You're going in. Okay, so that was just like a necklace hanging around the bedpost. Otherwise, it's a fairly nice room for a room in a sewer. And there's a chest inside of it. But you see the kind of bloodied monk garb that Thavius was wearing is sort of laying there with a pile of ash inside of it. And you hear you hear a number of sets of footsteps coming down the hallway at you. And is you trying to close the door and hide?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a stealth check to see if you can get rid of the evidence of If you can do all this in time. Beldrin got an 8.
16 for Rook.
17 for Nori.
15 for Rogan.
Okay, you slip into the room and you hear them kick in the south door, and they look around, and you hear a brief conversation between them and the cultists that were hiding in the intermediary room between the vestry and the bunk. And then you hear them preparing to approach the door that you're in, and they'll say, "They must be in here. They must be in here." As you weren't able to you just sort of were able to kick the monk's hammock. Cassock. Is that what a monk wears? Vestments.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the monk, but yeah, probably.
All right, as you were able to kick it into the cess, but it was still just floating down the hall, so they know that you're not too far away. You're either there or in the kitchen, so they're preparing outside of the door that you are near. As this happens, Beldrin will cast Bless on the party. So the three of you will get a +4 to all of your ability checks and attack rolls. And then I think for this combat, I think we should start it next time when we have everyone here.
Okay.
I think that would be better.
That works.
It's
That sounds good.
we're coming up to the babeg.
Not the babeg.
The babeg. Or the babel.
Oh no.
So cool. It was kind of a shorter episode this week, but it was really good. We got to meet Rook. Yay. We also, something that y'all didn't see, but we did off screen, is after the interaction with Thavius, our characters actually leveled up. So level 4 is ability score increase for our folks. So obviously with Viara not being here, I just kind of assumed that Beldrin would take a +2 to wisdom because, hey, Clark things. Rogan, what are you thinking about for your level 4?
Rogan, so Rogan, because of his ability, he is a battle mage. I have to double check the exact subclass, but
Yeah, that's it.
he can take martial feats. That is his unique. That's one of the unique features of his class. And I was looking at either taking warcasting, because that's always useful for a wizard, or dual wielding, which it's a little unusual, but I thought could be interesting.
Nice and flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of a whirling dervish wizard. That was big fantasy when I played my Bladesinger. What is, as he explores life after what was it? Bernard Madoff?
Murney Badoff.
Murney Badoff. As he finds his way after that, what are you thinking about for this ability score increase?
Yeah, I'm still reflecting on how I want him to change and grow, because I don't want him to become sort of the one-dimensional thief character that's just out to get the money. I don't want to end up like falling into that trope. So I think I want to reflect and see how I can, we've got our insurance scams going, but I think that there's some more opportunities to develop who he becomes as a dwarf, and with his sneaking skills. So yeah, I want to think and reflect on that.
Cool. And then obviously Rook was built at level 4. So how did you min-max, Trav?
Honestly, I went for this first kind of level 4 like ability score level up. I just dumped it all in I believe int, because when I was building the character, I put a lot into constitution and int to begin with, just to get him up there, and I kind of was building him as like he's really good at being a mechanist, so getting that stat boosted up right away was just important to me, to get it there ready to go, to just be able to do the things that he's really good at. So I felt he's a little bit sturdy. He's not as strong or dexy, and I think I'm kind of just playing him that way. So yeah.
All right, wicked. So we will see you all de hoy en ocho next week. We're so excited to do this, and we will be on weekly until we end. I believe our last episode is December heckin' 19th or December 12th in that
Woo.
area. And so that's what we have for season 1 of Tales of the Valiant into Avernus. So really hope that you've enjoyed kind of us hitting our halfway mark here, and we're excited to finish strong and see how far we get into this really cool story. So thank you so much for joining us. And Harmony, anything going on that you want to pitch?
If you're in Rochester, New York, Millennium Games has their weekly all-day board game coming up this Saturday. Feel free to visit. We'll be playing board games all day.
Heck yeah. Trev, what's going on for you?
A lot of running games, a lot of working on some stuff I can't fully talk about yet. But if you're in the Maryland area and you want to check out a nice local game store, Games and Stuff is really good. Or you can hit up my local game store that I go to a lot of, Gamers Core, down in Old Ellicott City. That's where I also run some of my D&D games. So definitely swing on by. It's a fun family-owned local game store. Always support your local LGSs if you can. So
We love a good LGS. Maximilian, what's anything we are hucking today?
I'm hawking a solid night's sleep and hydration. I think that's the most important thing that I want people to remember.
So make sure to take your meds. Make sure to drink your nightly Metamucil if you're a bottom. No. And make sure to have a big glass of water before you go to bed.
Right.
The kind of things that are coming up for us here on AOTT this weekend. Oh my gosh, we are our Thursday. The Philly Five is going to be on with our awesome GM Ben and our wonderful cast over there. Our compatriot in the weekly streaming game. On Saturday, we have Wonderland Complications with yours truly as the wonderful Gorgio. Oh, hey, how are you? A fallen Ikari who has got a score to settle. And you will see coming up kind of special events going on. On December 16th, we're going to be part of a raid train for related with Gender Meowster, where I'm going to be running a game of Monster of the Week. There's going to be a custom cocktail made by Dana, one of our players and one of our GMs here on the network. And so it's going to be a lot of fun. We hope that you join us for that. There'll be more details coming out about that. And even before that, I'm going to be at frickin' PAX Unplugged, running frickin' games, promoting Concord, promoting Tales of Valiant, promoting whatever the heck I can promote from our network. So if you're going to be in Philadelphia in just a couple weekends, find me. Let's play some games together. And I'm going to be featuring all the cool custom classes that you see on Concord and Tales of the Concord. So I'm really excited. I hope to see you there, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night. Bye.